weight from overweight and trimming its price target to 145 from 150. The firm citing increasing downside risks from trade and the slowing global economy. Stocks trading about flat right now, though.
And Citigroup upgrades Altria to a neutral. It had been a sell at the firm. The analyst thinks the ongoing vaping crackdown could actually benefit, well, yeah, cigarettes. Makes some sense, of course.
Yeah.
Altria, remember, also owns that 35% stake, though, in the e-cigarette maker Juul. That was a deal done last spring. $38 billion is where it valued the company at the time, if I recall, for that 35% stake, $12.8 billion. But as I reported yesterday, there was a trade done of a fairly sizable stake in Juul on the secondary market. Of course, it's a private company at 90. That's down from what had been $300 a share, where some people were buying and selling this summer, which was well above where even Altria got in the springs. It's down a lot. And these guys in the private market, Steve, do not mark things appropriately. Sorry. They don't.
No, they don't. So a friend of mine invested in Enjoy in the private market, another vaping stock, and told me about it afterwards. I said, why didn't you tell me about it? I would have put money into it, because the investment went up tenfold in like record time. Some of the best investments you make are the ones that you miss, right? So I'd be crying. The friendship, I don't think it would have broken apart, but I definitely wouldn't be picking up any more checks.
Right.
So I don't even know why those products are on the market, frankly.
Yeah, I do think this is one of the unintended consequences when you see some of these widespread blanket bans that have been put in place in some states. You have folks that are addicted to nicotine. They're going to find a way to ingest that nicotine, and all of a sudden combustible cigarettes now become an option, whereas maybe they weren't doing that before. It's going to be one to watch. I saw you reacting to the Caterpillar note, too, though. I wonder if you have any thoughts on that or the industrial space more broadly.
Yeah, well, it wasn't new news that the economy's slowing. Now, some people are talking about that maybe it's flattening out. I've not been a fan of Caterpillar for a long, long time. First, it was the prior CEO who his only consistency was missing every quarter for about 2.5 years. So you value consistency in stock. That's not the kind of consistency of value. But it's just, if you look at their numbers, their monthly numbers, retail sales number, any numbers, they just haven't hit their stride. And it's so economically sensitive. They're tied to coal quite a bit. And coal is going the other way, despite the administration's push for coal. Utilities are still going away from it. So I just don't think Caterpillar, I think new management's good, but you got to play the hand you're dealt, and it's just not where I want to be. There are other places I can go to see my money wither away and die than Caterpillar.
Wow, okay. We got 28 minutes left to go here. Oh, there you go. 28 minutes left to go here, and here are the three things that are driving the action. Controversies at Boeing and Johnson & Johnson that are leading the market lower. Weak China growth data painting a gloomier picture of the global economy. These are all things we've been talking about. And despite some strong earnings, a weak holiday forecast is putting pressure on retail stocks.
All right, let's get a CNBC news update now. Send it back to Sue Herrera at our headquarters. Sue.
David, thank you very much. Here's what's happening at this hour, everyone. Politicians from both sides of the aisle reacting to President Trump's decision to hold the G7 summit meeting next year at the Doral Resort he owns in Miami.
If he were a township supervisor, he'd be in jail for that. It's simply not okay for any federal official, president included, to use their own business for government activity and to enrich themselves by it.
I'm much more concerned about what happens at the G7 than where it's at. I mean, in my mind, it could happen in a phone booth. I don't care where it's at as long as there's good and productive things happen there.
And Lady Gaga, no doubt nursing some sore muscles today after a concert mishap last night. She was performing in Las Vegas when she invited a fan on stage. As you can see, he picked her up. He was very excited, but then he accidentally fell off the side of the stage. Lady Gaga landed on her back with the fan on top of her. She did manage to get back up. The show went on. I don't know how the show went on, but it did. She is a trooper. And we hear she was not seriously hurt, which is the best thing. Okay, quit looping it. It makes me hurt.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Having fallen off stages before, that is not fun.
It's not fun. No.
And I'm glad she's okay, and I guess the show must go on.
Absolutely. The show must go on. Yikes. See you next hour.
At some point, we're going to have to talk to Morgan about her stage falling,
know,
but maybe not now.
You opened up a whole can of worms, Morgan.
I know. Like, really?
All right. Once we get through this close, maybe. Coming up, we have got your last chance trade.
And as we head to break, let's give you a check on bonds. The 2-year note's down about actually 3% for the week. It's hovering around 1.5%. That would be the yield. There it is, 1.578 in today's session.
The Bond Report is sponsored by PIMCO.
Through the AT&T network, edge-to-edge intelligence gives you the power to see every corner of your growing business. From managing inventory to detecting and preventing threats, to scaling up your production, giving you a nice big edge over your competition. That's the power of edge-to-edge intelligence.
Oh, wow. You two are going to have such a great trip.
Thanks to you, we will.
This is why Voya helps reach today's goals.
All while helping you to and through retirement.
Can you help with these?
We're more of the plan, invest, and protect kind of help. Voya, helping you to
and through
retirement.
It's every municipal bond investor's dream. A bright, shining city on a hill where there won't be any financial problems. But what if there are? That's why Assured Guarantee protects your principal and interest payments. Assured Guarantee, a stronger bond.
Options Action. Strategies from the street's top traders. New opportunities to profit from the market's hottest trends. Options Action. Today, 5:30 Eastern, CNBC.
And to say happy birthday, we're giving you a pair of award-winning Silver Galaxy Buds.
But it's not my birthday till June.
No, but it's ours. 10 years ago, we launched our first Galaxy smartphone. And to celebrate, we're giving customers who purchase any Galaxy S10, Note 10 or A90 5G the chance to claim a pair of amazing wireless Galaxy Buds.
Wow, and I didn't get you anything.
Get the latest Samsung Galaxy smartphone now at your local Carphone Warehouse shop or carphonewarehouse.com. Offer available on purchases made by the 23rd of October 2019 and claimed online within 30 days. T&C supply.
It's Liz Hernandez with your TuneIn Music News Update.
Dolly Parton will be going spiritual at next month's CMAs. She's planning to do a faith-based medley that will include a choir. It'll feature a new single called Faith that she's going to release a few days before the show. Meanwhile, are you tired of seeing Miranda Lambert post photos of her husband Brendan? Well, she isn't. It's a photo of them together, and she captioned it, "Happy birthday to the man that puts stars in my eyes." For more music from Dolly Parton and Miranda Lambert, search Country Roads on TuneIn.
23 minutes until we close things up here at the NYSE. Let's go over to Mike Santoli, get his second dashboard. Mike.
David, calling this counting cash, and really the tally is going to depend a lot on which currency we use. Look at the U.S. dollar index over the past 5 years. So a pretty long-term chart that shows the entire kind of scope of the big rush up to above 100 a few years ago, back in early 2017, I guess. And then this recent, very orderly ramp up to this year. But then we come to now, and a pretty steep sell-off. I don't have the 200-day average in here, but I can tell you for sure that it's right about there. 97.34 as a matter of fact. So this is pretty much where we are. It's nothing magic about that. We plunged below the average in June a little bit, but it's a general loosening of global financial conditions, a little bit of tension release. It's also related to the fact that non-U.S. stocks have started to outperform U.S. stocks on the very short-term basis. Obviously, yields lifting globally. Maybe people think global central banks are kind of at the end of what they can do. This also will take the pressure off of, obviously, a lot of the multinationals, consumer staples, and industrials that have been pressured by that strong dollar. Quick note, though, a lot of this also has to do in the short term with rallies in the British pound and the euro.